What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another movie review. I'm Chase Lee, reviewing for DallasMovieScreenings.com, and the movie I want to take a look at right now is Black and Blue. Now, this one comes from Sony Pictures, is directed by Deon Taylor, and this one stars Naomi Harris as a rookie cop for the New Orleans Police Department. She's been on the force for a few weeks, and then she picks up a graveyard shift that leads, all throughout the night and ends at the crack of dawn. So she's with a new partner and everything, and so they get up to this abandoned building, warehouse, it's whatever you want to call it. It's very run down, and this is at the end of their shift, so the sun is just now coming up. The partner tells her to stay in the car, and so she stays in the car. He goes inside. He's like, I got to take care of some business. She hears a gunshot, and so she goes in there to see what's up. She sees that her partner that she's with at that time and and a couple of cops that she has noticed around the department are straight up killing kids right in front of her. And so she captures it all on her body camera. They notice that she's been watching and she's been recording, so they shoot at her, and she falls to the floor, and one of the corrupt cops is like, go get that body camera, we can't have anyone seeing the footage. And so she escapes, and we get to see her escape these corrupt cops so she can go back to the department and upload this footage so she can take down the corruption that she just witnessed. So that's your story. I don't want to reveal too much after that, whether she succeeds or not. But going into this movie, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't really into the trailers. It just wasn't clicking for me. I'm like, this looks like some generic little thriller. It could be even worse than that, with some terrible acting and dialogue and the story not making any sense, or, handy cam of the cinematography just kind of flopping all over the place, or, fast cuts where you can't even comprehend what you're seeing. It's just all these issues. I was thinking of like what bad movies are. It's like, oh no, is this what this is going to be? I like Naomi Harris. I'm willing to give any movie a shot, so I gave this one a shot. And I will say this, it's not bad, so I'll give it that. And it's definitely way better than the director's previous work from earlier this year, The Intruder, so there's that. I would say it's like a decent thriller at the movies, in the theaters, or think of it like a good HBO or Showtime TV pilot or TV movie. So I think it works really well like on the small screen or on a streaming service, and that's not a knock on the movie. I just think it's not really cinematic, and I think it would actually fare better if it was actually at home. So I will say that. But overall, since it was presented to me in a theater, it's a decent little watch. So director Deon Taylor did something that I really appreciate. Didn't complicate things. He took this story, which was pretty well thought out, by the way, for the most part, in terms of going from point A to B to C to D to D, all the way to Z. Because when you're dealing with a cat and mouse type of story structure of someone running away from someone else, it can get boring, it can get stale, and so you need to provide that energy and that enthusiasm behind the camera to keep your audience entertained. So this story is bare bones. It's straight to the point. Once she finds out that the cops are corrupt and she captures this on her body camera, she flees. And we see it in real time as it plays out. This story doesn't jump weeks or months. It plays out in real time, which is great because it adds this extra layer of adrenaline to it. And that's what you need for a thriller. You need to have the audience's heart and everything pumping blood throughout the body. And so I think doing that and not jumping ahead in time really kind of keeps the story grounded. It keeps it moving, and you follow this character along every step of the way. Through the ups, through the downs, when they're knocked down severely or when they triumph. You follow every step of the way as they conquer this thing in real time, and it's pretty fun to watch for the most part. Like I said, it's really well thought out. When you're dealing with a lot of characters and a lot of locations like that and a lot of story beats, it needs to be at least coherent. So an adrenaline thriller, Deon Taylor, I think you created that, sir, and the script is not half bad. Definitely better than I thought. There wasn't really like any bad pieces of dialogue where I was like, ooh, that was bad, or any story beats where I was like, oh, that was terrible. Pretty well done for the most part in that department. There's a couple things towards the third act, primarily towards the climax, where I was like, okay, I don't think you can hack into that thing pretty well, or oh, there was a gunshot that happened. There's people standing right there. They should have turned around. Those few things, it's like 5% of the movie. I can overlook that because 95% of it is very straightforward and to the point, and it made sense for the most part. So there's that. I also appreciate that Deon Taylor kept that extra layer of social commentary in, really showcasing the corruption that cops are going through nowadays, with some departments, and some cops, racially profiling and how that's an issue and all that. So, this is a throwaway little thriller that you could just watch for a couple hours and disregard everything afterwards. But I appreciate the social commentary that Taylor decided to, kind of throw at this movie, and makes you think like, yeah, I'm watching a piece of entertainment, but these are real issues that are going on. So, good job. Attention to detail. I like it. Let's get to the acting. Naomi Harris is great. She is a leading actress. She can carry a movie, whether it be a supporting role in like something like Moonlight, or something like this that you see with a tub of popcorn in hand, a large drink, and just have a blast with. She can do it all, and she does it with this. I love the fact that her character loses in certain scenarios. I love the fact that she gets her butt kicked, and she's going against a whole department and several corrupt people and another family that thinks that she killed, a family member. It's just like there's a lot on her shoulders, and she is fighting the good fight. She is climbing up this endless wall to end the corruption that she just witnessed. She wants to be a good cop and do the right thing at the end of the day, but she gets her butt kicked. She loses several times in this movie. And I love that, because then at the very end, when she possibly triumphs, it is so worth it. It is so worth it to see the look on her face of satisfaction that she did this by herself, took on all these corrupt cops, and won the day. That's really fun to watch. So, yeah, she's a great lead in this movie for sure. Frank Grillo, what a hoot. What a hoot. He is the corrupt cop in this scenario, and don't worry, that's not a spoiler. It's within like the first 5 or 10 minutes. He's very aggressive in this movie. He's got a lot of pent-up energy. Just constantly yelling at people, go get the body cam footage, destroy it, shoots a gun, kills people. It's like, it's a lot of aggression in this guy. But Frank Grillo does that best. Heck, he plays a Nazi in the Captain America movie, so he's good at playing a villain. He's fun to watch. Some of the other cops in the department, they're serviceable in the roles, not anything to write home about. Tyrese Gibson is actually decent in this movie. Like, he makes a lot of stupid comments, in real life. He's not that good in the Fast and Furious franchise, but he was decent in this movie. I would even say slightly good. So, I really appreciated him in this one. A lot of moments where I felt the kind of raw power of the emotions that he was trying to portray in certain scenes. I was like, I like that. The one that, and this is a slight criticism, it doesn't really matter at this point, because if you're wanting to see this movie, you're going to see it regardless, and my grade does not really affect your viewpoint. But Mike Coulter, I love that man to death, and he played a dang good Luke Cage, and I loved him in that show. He plays a superhero. I've seen him in other movies where he plays like normal people. So superhero, normal person. So the next logical step is to play a villain, correct? He's not good in this movie. He hams it up so much as the other antagonists. It's like, what performance is this, buddy? Like, it's weird. So if I had to comment slightly on the acting, he's like the only like sour spot, and I typically like that guy in superhero roles. So really good hero roles, normal roles. Maybe work on your villain roles a little bit. Other than that, it is what it is. It's a movie that I don't care to ever watch again. It's a movie that if you decide you want to watch it, you're going to watch it regardless. But I appreciate you tuning into this review. You could spin worse ways at the movies. I'm gonna give Black and Blue a C plus. I'm gonna give it the upswing with the plus because I appreciate the kind of nonsense or no nonsense story, straight to the point. Naomi Harris was pretty good. So that is my review of Black and Blue. Let me know down below what you thought of the movie, whether you liked it a lot more than me, disliked it a lot more than me. Let me know. So that will do it for this review, guys. I'm Chase Lee, and tune in next time for whatever I review next. I will see you guys later.